Hello and welcome to the eTeam Brit YouTube channel. We're back with the WSR Porsche Supercup. And we're here with Lee Duncan, who's qualified third for the feature race. We're here at Circuit de Sainte-Croix, which I probably butchered the name of. This is layout B, which is the real racy, fast layout of this track. And we're away. We've got Remy on pole, Rick James in second. Those guys are very fast. We've got Fubar Falantis there coming up. Oh, he's got a great start. He's shot into second. Wow. Can Lee hold up the inside? Yeah, into second, into first. Wow. What a turn one that was. Absolutely stunning start by Lee. Brilliant work in the eTeam Brit Porsche. Number 80. Ah man, look at him scampering away. What are you up to, Lee? Let's have a look at your strategy down in the bottom left. So he's starting on racing softs, which means this is going to be a aggressive first stint. There is of course mandatory pit stop with tyre change. Oh no, Fubar Falantis should not have tried an overtake there. You never try to overtake there. And unfortunately that's put him right back. The reason you don't overtake there is because if you get it wrong, as you've just seen, you do lose a lot of time, and if you get it right, your opponent then has a slipstream over the bridge into the next heavy braking zone. So that's never going to work out. I don't know if perhaps Fubar Falantis just lost it on the brakes or went in too hot. Speaking of brakes, we had a question from a viewer recently about the brake indicator just to the left of the speedometer and why it was always red in these races. If you keep an eye on it now, you're about to see it go red at the end of this straight. Normally you would see the brake indicator be white with a touch of red, but look at that, that's pure red. And the reason for that is because WSR doesn't allow ABS. So absolute credit where credit's due to these guys for keeping the Porsches all pointing in the right direction when they touch the brakes. Because I don't know about you, but when I play GT Sport, if I haven't got ABS on, I have a really bad day. Doesn't matter what I'm driving. Certainly have a very, very bad day when I'm driving something as fast as this. If you're watching the fuel and wondering about strategy, it's a 30-minute race. The tyres are just starting to show some wear after one lap. 30 minutes at around 2 minutes per lap, so we're looking at perhaps 14 or 15 laps. The fuel is just over halfway, so if you want to do some maths as the race goes along, then go for it. Try and figure out if they've got enough to keep them going. For now, Fubar Falantis all over the back of Lee. He's caught back up, and he's going to be looking for a tow somewhere. And check out the mini map in the top right. You can see we're just coming up to the bridge section. There's a very long straight followed by a very heavy braking zone. Oh, but Falantis again taking that strange line that caused him to lose a lot of space. I don't know quite what he's doing there, if he's trying to just force Lee into an error or trying to make Lee go defensive to put him offline for this section. We're going to have to wait and see. Or is he trying to make a serious overtaking manoeuvre there? I don't know. We shall find out. So it's a great looking circuit this. There's so much colour and scenery off track. But we're interested in what's happening on track. Lee desperately trying to pull away from Fubar Falantis, who is holding on. You have to assume, judging by the mini-map, that Fubar is running the soft tyres, the aggressive strat, while the other drivers are all on mediums because they're all falling away. And that much gap over just 2 laps with the Porsches would indicate a clear tyre difference. Of course, everyone's starting on the same level of fuel, so no one car is lighter than another. Looks like Lee is slightly faster through this section of the track as we come back up to finish lap 2. We're not going to be showing the whole race, just going to show the highlights, because you've probably got a busy day ahead of you and you've got things you want to get done. So that's a pretty good lap then, a 2:09. That's very representative of how much racing action we've got. We're going to shoot forward to 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes into the race. This is lap 5. Yeah, we can still do that as little bits of maths if you want. There's somebody we're coming up to who appears to have had a massive accident. They've gone into the pits, but they're off the timing screen, so we can't figure out who that is. We've got Fubar Atlantis in 2nd, Remy 3rd, Kaloum 4th, and Racer X is 5th. 209s very consistently. Well done, Lee. And Fubar Atlantis into the pits. So he's going to come off those softs and go into mediums. And what Lee's got to do now is decide if he's going to keep going with the softs the way they are and risk the undercut, or is he going to come in? Well, lap 8, 17 minutes in, and he's still not come in. Fubar Atlantis there is down in 8th. Now we've got the pit stop. Okay, so just over halfway. The lap times have been bobbling down to the 2:10s, so Lee losing about 0.8 of a second per lap. That's very marginal. Clearly thinks he can go faster on some fresh mediums, but can he? He's definitely come out in front of Fubar Atlantis. In fact, I think Fubar has had an accident somewhere. Something terrible has happened, because they're right down in 5th now. And that's strange. So maybe those new tyres didn't work out. I mean, that's 6th. Yeah, and that means that all he's got to do now is put the pedal to the metal. Up ahead, Kaloum 27. Is that somebody who has undercut Lee? Or is that somebody who's pitted? I didn't see Kaloum 27 pit. So we're coming up to the 29.5 minute mark of the race. Kaloum pitted. Remy in 2nd has got the soft tyres on, which is the faster compound, and Lee is losing out right now to Remy. Hand over fist. He's being reeled in to make this a photo finish, but if you look at the timer, it's about to go to 30 minutes, so our race time is about to end. There it is. Final lap should appear on the screen there. There you go, final lap. So all he has to do right now is stay ahead of the soft runner behind him, Remy. But can he do it? The back end of that car sliding around. It's got the twisty turny section now. It's a fairly fast section, this. Despite how it looks on map and on the screen right now. Into the final complex. Just one more turn. He's got to stay ahead of Remy, keep the car facing the right direction. And this is going to be the top step of the podium, the all-important one. Guns it to the line, giving it maximum beans, a bit of a wiggle, flashes of lights. What a result. Absolutely fantastic. Remy in 2nd, the American driver. We've got Kaloum, the Canadian driver, in 3rd, then Rick James. Racer X should come home in 5th. I don't think anybody's anywhere near him at the moment. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And if you want to know more about how eTeam Brit are inspiring disabled drivers to race and compete as equals, check out the information in the description below the video. I'll just wait for Fubar Atlantis to come home in 8th, so he's obviously had some sort of a massive accident there to the British driver, so that's not the way you want to win. It would have been nice to have a battle all the way to the line, but you know, Remy gave us some action there at the end. We knew Remy's fast. I'm not quite sure who was off the end there. Now the sprint race, 15-minute race, doesn't have a mandatory tyre change on it. Lee starts 10th because the top 10 have a reverse grid. Once again, not showing the whole thing. We don't always have the sprint race replay, so we got lucky this time around. Can Lee do one of his lightning turn ones? He can't. He's obviously playing it very, very safe going through there. You don't want to have any kind of instance and ruin your race straight away. Damage is on heavy on these cars, so when things go wrong, they go very, very wrong. Lee next up to 8th. Brilliant, he's up behind Kaloum and Remy. He's going for a nice wide entrance into that corner. He's trying to get some speed up, slingshot around. Make up some places. Can't quite do it. Kaloum cuts him off. As he is, you know, as he's allowed to. That's one of those things. Go onto the bridge, and there is a massive shunt. Oh, and another, and into a barrier, and that is the Porsche absolutely ruined. What happened there? Let's have a look. So Remy got into Kaloum, went into a spin. Lee tries to go around him and gets collected by Ghost, who puts him into the barrier. So that could well be Lee's race done. He's certainly not going to be bringing home the gold trophy this time around. Kubar Flantis, by the way, went up to first, so well done. That was good for him. But Lee's in trouble down there in 11th. With Remy behind him, that car limping. We've got ruined front aero and damage to the front left wheel, so he's going to be having massive understeer issues. The car's going to be horrible under acceleration and braking. That's not what you want. Is he going to pit? Some of his rivals are pitting. Yeah, there's some people trying to get rid of that damage. Lee's going to try and make the most of it. Just live with it. You know, if your rivals are doing something, you may as well try and do something different. What have you got to lose when it's this sort of situation? We're going to scoot right the way towards the end of the race. It was a very quiet one. Lee's struggling with that damage. He's carried it through the entire race. Got Oscar 17 up ahead, the American driver, and it looks as though Oscar's had his own dramas, because he's also struggling for pace, struggling to get the car straight, just as Lee is. So we're going to have this race now to the line. Can Lee catch Oscar? That's the question now. One more place for honour. Remy's still behind, and it looks like somebody's retired as well. Kaloum's won the race with Fuar Flantis second. And we assume Rick James is going to be third, so there's your podium. But 9th and 10th, how's that going to finish? It's going to be tight. Sparks there flying up from the Porsche. Lee absolutely giving it everything despite the damage. He's going for a wide entrance, try and get as much speed out as possible. Goes across, no. Oh, Oscar, that was a little bit aggressive with the defending there. A bit of a late move. But it is what it is. Lee brought the car home in 10th, despite the damage. He did what he could. Maybe consider sticking around to see more eTeam Brit races. Hit that subscribe and the bell to be notified when those races are going up. Maybe check out the info description below. Until next time, thanks for joining us.